Hi YouTube.
Hey YouTube.
We finally launched our videos last week, and I think it was pretty cool. A lot of our friends saw it and gave us feedback, told us what they liked, what they didn't like. One of the issues was audio on some of the videos, so I tried to turn the audio up on the computer. We were supposed to get a microphone this week, but
Been a crazy week.
yeah, so we just got back from Atlanta. I went there to catch up with my sorority sisters. Mike flew to Chicago
For a business trip
for a bachelor party.
or that too.
So I hope you were acting like a married man with a pregnant wife at home.
Bam.
Yeah. So the trip was a lot. I didn't realize that the road trip would just be so intense because we take road trips home all the time. But we had more people in the car, and my feet are still swollen now. My hands would swell up. It would get to the point where I would wake up and I'd have to like hold my hand up like this, and then I could just feel like the blood rushing down. I don't know. When I went to the doctor on Thursday, the doctor told me to stay off of salt. So hopefully this guy will run to the grocery store tonight to get me some salt-free food for work tomorrow.
I'll think about it.
I need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Daddy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But the baby is healthy and the baby is fine. We wanted to know the sex, but we're still going to have to wait. But I think that that's kind of what we wanted to do anyway, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to wait for a baby reveal to just talk about the sex.
Just makes the most sense. You know, it number one, it helps folks to not buy you like a certain color.
First of all, they don't have to buy us anything.
Well, yes, you don't have to buy us anything, but you know, people are asking what is the sex. So like, we're thinking long term. Just so if we want to have more kids, we be able to pass stuff on down.
So we don't necessarily need a pink bottle, but a clear bottle.
Yes, and we're finding like when we go to the stores, how hard it is to just find a gender neutral.
Everything is pink
gift.
or blue. It's like in this category.
Yeah.
You're either blue or you're pink. What?
Right.
Okay.
So we did get a picture of the baby. You see, it looked like a little alien, like a little billiken. You see the head right there,
This is a billiken.
and look at that is a baby. They're similar. Hopefully, it don't come out looking like a billiken, but yeah, we're excited. We're excited.
Do you look like a billiken?
I am a billiken, proud, 10 years strong.
10 years strong what? That you were a billiken?
Yes, I was a billiken for 10 years. I'm finally not a billiken anymore.
That makes you sound like you were in undergrad for 10 years.
It don't matter. I got a degree. So yeah, on the road trip, I thank God for Brittany's line sisters, and because line sisters and friends, because they taught us so much. Shout out to Trinice and Jill / Natalie. I didn't even know she had two names. I was confused.
Everybody.
About that. And Tiara, who just gave us so much knowledge, because what do they do as a profession? You got Tiara, who's the nurse.
It's so funny because they were talking about how they should open up their own practice, which kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have two friends that are nurse practitioners, and then we have the pharmacist, Trinice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Natalie, who is the one that, how would you say her job is? She like checks the blood and does all the blood work and stuff.
And soon we'll be going back to school to get her.
Yeah. And then we got Dr. Osa.
Right.
Hopefully Osa marries into the family. I'm rooting for him. But
no pressure.
I love Osa. He came to Atlanta too for a minute. Did you know that?
Yeah, they told me.
Yeah,
they told me.
He's the homie. So anyway, it's really cool that I have all of them who I can call and just be like, is it okay if I overdose on these? I don't know. What is my gummies? My vitamins, or what do I do about iron, or how do we? They were very understanding. Like when we were driving around, Brittany wake up, walk around, drink some water. Has she taken her pills? Maybe that's why she's tired, because this has this side effect. I mean, they're just amazing. So I guess Mike learned a lot from them this weekend. I always call them. I keep them on speed dial. Why am I gaining weight? Like,
Yeah, they were very helpful. And one of the subjects,
Help me, Lord.
one of the subjects that they talked a lot about was the postpartum. And it made me really, maybe on future videos we can go in a little bit more detail about it because I'm not as privy to it as I probably should be, both of us. But they talking about postpartum and like they said, it's gonna come apart a time when the baby gets here. We're just gonna be like and lose it, and you're just gonna have to find some time to yourself, particularly Brittany, because what is it? Like, because I guess she got the baby in her belly right now, so that whole postpartum thing is probably going to affect her a little more. But yeah, just staying aware. So I'm definitely going to do some research on that, and so we're going to try to find ways in which we can manage that stressful situation.
I think another video could be about fibroids because I had fibroids pretty bad before I got pregnant to the point that I had to have surgery, and I've already got like a big cut across me because they took out so many fibroids. So because of that, we're going to have to do a C-section. So the doctor told me on our last visit last week that the end of July, we'll go ahead and schedule the C-section for 2 weeks before the 40 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll be having the C-section a couple weeks before, which is good. I think it's.
I'll have to get even bigger.
A little less stressful knowing what the date is instead of like when the whole contraction.
But then you're like planning your kid's birthday.
Planning a kid's birthday, you know. God is still in control, so it's up to God when the baby is gonna come. It's up to God when the baby's gonna come. But yeah, we're gonna plan that doctor visit next time.
Okay, what else is going on this week?
What else is going on this week?
You're teaching VBS.
Yes, I'm excited. Teaching Vacation Bible School at Cade Chapel, Missionary Baptist Church. The college students through age 35. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So what?
And Travis and Tia are getting married. Whoop whoop! Shout out to them.
So we'll be heading to Dallas next weekend.
I'm really excited, but I'm not excited about this road trip.
Yeah.
Father, help us.
We'll have to work on that. So yeah, what up? What? Let's talk a little bit about. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going on in the news lately.
I guess that's something that's
been all over the media and all of that about what's been going on with the officer involved shootings.
And then the officers that were shot and killed in Dallas. I watched it all unfold. I've been watching the news nonstop this week. Just I come home, I turn on CNN and Fox News, and I'm just going back to back and watching, and of course, following CBS. Just so interested in hearing from so many points of views. Like, I want to understand, like, how this person thinks and this person thinks. Like, it's just interesting hearing about different points of views, but it's definitely something that I think a lot of people are talking about right now. When I was in Atlanta, I literally saw protesters from the window. I mean, like thousands just out there protesting and like making blocks, and like even from sun up to sundown, they were still out there. The news trucks parked, out there following them. And I know there was some protests in Chicago too, right?
Right outside our hotel. They were marching around downtown Michigan Avenue, protesting the events that were happening. But yeah, it really brings things full circle for us. I think Brittany looks at things from a very media-like perspective because she's a media-like person. Like, don't you work on TV or something?
I'm not media-like.
She works on TV, so she has a very media-rich perspective. But my perspective was a little different. It was a little different. As the man, I guess I initially take on like this protective role thing, and especially like since we've gotten pregnant, it's really like taking a whole new level for me. Like, so you just watch what you say. Like, I watch like how I interact with Brittany and all of the things, because I see like our friends who have kids, and how quickly they pick up on everything. Like Brittany always FaceTimes Nikita, and so like I'll get on there and say hello to Grayson and baby Grayson, and she just will mimic everything that I do.
Mike will be like, ah. I'm like, don't do that. And Grayson's like, ah.
So yeah, so with all of this being going on in the media, it just brings things full circle. Like you wonder, like, so when we bring this life into the world, like, will we be able to protect it, or like what kind of rules or instructions will we give this baby in order to keep it safe, in order to make sure they're aware of all that's around them and whatnot. But yeah, I'm still processing that, so it's definitely going to be more to come on that subject, I think.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me, having covered it. Ferguson, and now watching my other journalist friends cover similar situations in their cities. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm like, I still haven't processed, like when you're a journalist, you try to be as neutral as you possibly can and just give the facts of the story and keep going. But I'm learning that as a journalist, sometimes you just got to sit back and process things and deal with them. And so just watching other friends covering the protests, long hours, just like in Atlanta when I said they were out there, all day and night. You see the news cars out there. It's a lot.
Right.
And I know that we were in Barnes & Noble, picked up a few books. But Mike had picked up Leslie McSpadden's book and started reading it. And I was like, I'm not even ready to start reading about Ferguson yet. Like, we'll get the book and I'll read it, but just not yet. So it's interesting. I'm going to continue watching the news and continue giving the news. We'll see how things turn out.
Processing all that's going on. We're definitely living in some challenging times right now. And
please stay prayed up.
Yeah, we gotta stay prayed up. We just gotta stay focused on working together as a community. I think that's number two behind staying prayed up. That's for certain. But yeah, but anything else? Oh, one more thing. Like we've gotten so much positive feedback from you guys, especially I was in Chicago and talked with my Neo Billy, with him and his girlfriend Ebony. Shout out to you guys for watching our videos, our past videos. We appreciate the support. And also, guys, if you got any suggestions, offer any suggestions of what or topics that we can talk about. We're looking forward to talking about the fibroids that Brittany experienced, because there was a time when the doctors were saying that we might not even be able to have kids. So by the grace of God, we are. But we know that fibroids are something that really affect the African American community, particularly our women. So it's a subject I think that needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed.
Mom had them, grandma had them.
So we're looking.
I guess they forgot to tell me.
We're looking forward to that. And that plays into it. I think the role in the African American community about how we approach the doctor in general or our health.
Or we go to counseling every week.
We're
going
to talk about counseling. Counseling for those in a relationship, it's a must. We go to counseling every week, and it's very, very helpful.
That's an appointment we can't skip.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We got to get that weekly counseling in. Cause she talks in Chinese, completely different language, and I have no idea what she's saying. Like, look at her body language right now. That's saying when this video is over, like, we're gonna talk. I can already tell.
No, you're gonna go to the grocery store.
But anyhow, it's been good. We almost at 15 minutes, so we got to get this video out there. See you guys next week.